Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute since I've had a video up, but things have been really crazy lately. So I'm really glad to have been able to sit down to play with some makeup and get some more looks going, and my channel kind of revived a little bit after I took a few weeks off. So if you are interested in this deeper toned look, which I am very excited with how this came out, then please keep on watching. So to start this look, I am going to fill in my eyebrows, and I'm using the Anastasia Brow Definer, and I am just going to feather this at the very front where my eyebrows are a little more sparse. I don't want it to be too blocky because I'm still going for more of a natural brow, and I am just feathering this in just very lightly using a very light hand. I'm not a big fan of the Brow Definer. I definitely prefer the Brow Wiz, but I wanted to give this a full run and to see if I can learn to like it, because everyone else seems to really enjoy this product, but it's just really not, for me, it is not as precise as the Brow Wiz, which is what I like. Now brows are finished, so I am going to start by priming my eye, and I am just using some concealer to go over very lightly, and I'm using the Born This Way concealer, and this is in the color Light, and I'm using this all over, going all the way up to my brow bone, so it will also be used as kind of like a brow bone highlight as well. And of course I am going to set that concealer, and I'm using the color Bay from the Huda Beauty palette. And also from the Huda Beauty palette, I'm going to take the color Shy, which is this one right here. And I'm going to use that as my transition color, and I'm just going to tilt my head back just a little bit and begin putting this right here in the crease area. And the next color I'm going to go in with, just to deepen it a bit, is going to be Bossy from the Huda Beauty palette, and it is this one right here. And I'm just going to keep that right on the outer corner and use little circular motions to kind of smoke that, and then I will start dragging it into the crease and over the previous color Shy. Next, I'm going to be using a eyeshadow stick by Gosh Cosmetics, and I am just going to use that right over my eyelid. And I'm really just using this to give a base to a darker shadow, so in case I get transfer or it fades, I will still have a color underneath there, and it also will help to get it to stick. And you clearly don't have to be very precise because we're just going to cover that up anyway. And for the lid color, I am going to be going in with a MAC pigment, and this is in the color Heritage Rouge. And this was in one of their holiday sets at some point. I have 1,000 MAC pigments because I normally pick up the holiday sets. I'm going to use my Urban Decay, like a firm shader brush, to apply this, and I'm actually going to put this pigment right into the cap just a little bit so I don't get it everywhere. And I haven't worked with MAC pigments in a while, so I have forgotten how messy they tend to be. Alright, so now that we have the lid color, and I'm going to go back into the Huda Beauty palette, and I am going to go in with a little more of the Bossy, just to kind of blend the edges to make it a little more seamless in between the shimmer pigment and the other colors that I had put on previously from the Huda palette. And then with a Morphe M507, I am going to go in with the black truffle shade, which is this nice matte black. I'm just going to put that on the outer corners, right into the outer part of that crease. Now I did wait to apply foundation because I knew I was working with a pigment, so I knew it would probably get a little messy, so everything will obviously be cleaned up and it'll look a lot more presentable. And then on the brush that I have been using, which was the Sigma Tapered Blending E35, I'm taking a little bit of Cocoa from the Huda Beauty palette and just running it over the upper crease area, blending the reddish color Bossy and the black together. Now with a brush with no product, just a fluffy brush, I'm just going to run it over the edges to diffuse that. So I've decided I want a little bit more of a pop of color on the shiny, shimmery pigment. So I'm going to be using Fling from the Huda Beauty palette, which is one of the textured eyeshadows. And I'm just putting that on with my finger. And I'm just gonna go right over the center of my eye, because this almost matches the pigment from MAC perfectly. And I'm just doing this for a little bit more dramatic effect. Alright, so I'm not sure why, but I feel like fighting with my winged eyeliner today, so I'm gonna give her a whirl. I'm not a big fan of the winged eyeliner. I just can't seem to get it to look right on me, but I'm determined. So, let's pray. See, if I only had to do winged eyeliner on one eye, I'd be great, because now I have to make it match. And what I've done is, because I cut it, and these were mostly the same length the entire lash. When I cut, it was all stuck out, and then it just kind of went back to my shoulder, so I trimmed at an angle right here just to kind of blend so they're a little more tapered out. Alright, so I went ahead and I cleaned up all of the fallout, and I kind of sharpened up the wings just as I wiped away some makeup. So we are ready to get the skin stiff on. So I will be using from the Face Shop here a cushion, and this is in the color Natural Beige. This is probably one of my favorite foundations. Very affordable, but also gives very good coverage, and it has a really good SPF in it as well. And for concealer, I'm going to use the same thing that I primed my eyes with, the Too Faced Born This Way in Light. also going to put some of this on the sides of my nose and to blend. And I am going to set my under eyes with my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm also going to bake because I need to finish my under eye, and I'm sure I will have some fallout, so with this it will catch whatever falls and I will be able to wipe it away so it does not ruin the rest of my face makeup. I'm also going to do right here because lately that has been a trouble area for me as well. And here. And while that's baking, I am going to bronze up my face. For a bronzer, I'm going to be using one of the local ones, my favorite, the Paradiso bronzing powder. And just to warm that up a bit, make my forehead look a little bit smaller. Or at least I like to believe that's what it does. For my under eyes, I am going to use the Bossy color and just run that very gently right underneath, and the lashes in the waterline. Doesn't have to be extremely precise because we're just going to buff that out anyway. On the fluffy brush that I use to blend, I am going to take the color Bossy and a little bit of the Cocoa and just buff right underneath. For contour today, I am just using my Marc Jacobs contour and just doing a very minimal contour. Because I really want the emphasis to be on my eyes. And even though I only used a little contouring, I'm still going to try to clean up a little bit. Just baking that just so it looks a little more structured but with less product. For blush today, I'm going to be using the Rose color out of the Champagne Pop palette by Jaclyn Hill and Becca, and just a very, very slight shimmer on the cheeks. And for highlight, I will use Champagne Pop. I will use this white shimmery shadow from H&M in my inner corner. This white shimmer, it does have a purpley pinkish shift, so it goes quite nicely with the eye look, I think. For lips, I am going to be using a lip gloss from MAC. This is called Sultana. It is a patent polished lip pencil. But first I'm going to line my lips, and because I don't have a purple, I'm going to use an eyeliner from Marc Jacobs, which is in a purpley color. I'm just going to be using it as a guide just so I don't have any bleeding because this is a darker color. I'm just going to use some setting spray. And that is it. That is the completed look. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Please make sure that if you are not subscribed already, that you click the subscribe button, and feel free to leave me a comment and a big thumbs up. And I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.